So you brought the aroma discs here with you, and so we can talk about them a little bit more and maybe try to explain the scents.
We cannot forget that if someone wants, we can have the multi-split, which is one outdoor unit, and we have a couple indoor units. It's the best way for hotels, for example, as we have the hidden menu in the remote.
Oh, this is flowery. This is really flowery, like a flower shop, basically. Today we will be talking about our new air conditioner that is Luve, and we want to talk about its specification, all the functions and the design that makes it stand out from the crowd. So, hi Ola!
Hi Milena! Yes, as you said, Luve stand out its design, but it's not all about design. It has a high technical specification and functionality which make this model premium league.
So let's dive into it and let's talk about the colors of the models, because here we have the black option, but we also have the traditional white. And can you tell us a bit more about the colors and
as you said, here we have black. Its body is velvet black soft touch, so it's also a bit of satin, but when it comes to the front, it has a glossy front panel and it makes your indoors very minimalistic and it fits perfectly to the new interiors.
But what about the white version? Is it also glossy? Is it matte?
So yes, the white version is glossy from the front and it has a silver line along the AC, so it gives a touch of elegancy to your indoors.
Okay, something that also differs this model from our other ACs is the louvers. Maybe we can turn it on and show how do they work, because there are two louvers. And you can basically, I can see...
Yeah, this is the new technology of the louver positioning. So it calls the dual flow, which are just two separate louvers. And when we heat the air, they position it down to the floor, so the heat is distributed throughout the room very evenly. And also, on the other hand, we can direct them up to the ceiling, so when it cools, it spreads the cold also evenly.
And now let's move on to the louvers that are inside the unit that may not be visible from the first sight. They have some little holes and it's also a special function technology. And can you tell us a bit more about that and why does it matter?
Yeah, this is what you said, it's the windlass technology. It's all about the perforated louvers, so it creates as a breeze, so the air is distributed very evenly and smooth, so you won't feel any uncomfortable cold air, for example, when you're like in the room when the AC is working.
Okay, so we know all about the louvers and how to make our air spread basically the way we want, but there's also something else about the design that's from the side of the unit inside, and it looks kind of like a ventilation system. Or is it only the design, or what's the function behind it?
This is all because this specially designed disc that I brought with me today. So those rings are created especially for the indoors climate, so we can change the smell of our indoors. It's very easy to apply.
So you brought the aroma discs here with you, and so we can talk about them a little bit more and maybe try to explain the scents, because you can't feel them, but we can talk about them. And can you tell us which ones are already in the package with the AC and which ones are the additional ones?
So yes, as you said, we have the two versions inside the box within the unit. So we have the green one and the blue one, which are for tests, so we can see which one we like the most. And also we have two additional that we can purchase, and we can apply whether on the right side, so the smell sense is a bit less intense. On the left side, it's a bit more intense, but you can put them both, so it's the most intense smell. So that's also very convenient.
Can we try explain the scents, or can you name basically what scents are inside them so our viewers can more know?
So I think it will be convenient if you try to guess what is the smell.
Okay, we can try. I've been trying to smell them and find out the scents before our recording, but let me see what I can get back to. So we have mint and a flower. What's the flower called? And what
the flower
else?
is campanula.
Campanula, okay.
And also some spices. Maybe you can guess which spices are inside.
I don't think I can.
Those are the cloves.
Cloves. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, give me another one.
Maybe try with this one, which is inside the AC.
It does smell a bit citrusy, I would say, like lemony, but there's also some flowers that I can really name.
It's gardenia.
Okay, and what else?
And also we have jasmine.
Okay, so it's lemon, jasmine, and gardenia.
That's right.
Okay, so these are the scents that you are looking for. You will get them inside the unit, but what about the additional ones?
And these two one, which are additional to buy. Let's start with the pink.
Oh, this is flowery. This is really flowery, like a flower shop, basically.
Yeah, and it
Very
has
nice.
roses inside and lily in the valley, as we
Okay.
call them.
Very nice. Okay, so if anyone wants really flowery, like fresh, but just nice and a little bit sweet, I would say scent, this would be the perfect choice.
Last but not least,
Okay,
I let you try. This one is the easiest one.
the easiest one.
Yes.
It does also have some lemony scent.
That's
and
right.
more citrusy. So it does
That's
also
right.
have oranges or...
And it is also very refreshing, in my opinion.
It is refreshing, but it also smells like some of the perfumes I know. I don't know what... Is it sandalwood or something like this?
Yeah, that's right. You're
Okay.
correct.
Okay, so basically lemon, orange, sandalwood, something else?
And the ylang.
Ylang is also known for perfumes, I would
That's
say.
right.
So if you are familiar with these scents, this can be the perfect one for you.
Also, we invite you to try them all, and maybe you can tell us what are the smells. Maybe we are wrong.
Yeah, maybe you are wrong and you are smelling something completely different. So you can leave in the comments below your opinions on that when you will get Luva.
And also, you can say which one would you pick.
And we will be waiting for those comments. And now let's also add, because these are inside the unit, but they are not obligatory, right? I mean,
No, they are just as an addition. The AC, it's working whether they have the aroma scents or if they don't.
Okay,
it
so we can
works.
choose one, or we can just put some in the summer or just adapt it.
You can pick whether you want to have some additional smell in your house or whether you just want to cool your air or heat your air.
Okay, so that's amazing. Maybe we can now move on to the other aspects of the AC, because the design and the smells, it's not the only thing that matters. We can talk more about the capacities and the specification of the unit.
So as you said, Luve, it's not all about design and aromatherapy. It is also about the efficiency, and it's available in the three capacities: 2.7, 3.6 and 5.3.
So we have three options, but how do I know which ones I want, which ones I need? Is it my decision or hers?
Basically, we say that when you have like 20, 30 square meters, you can choose the 2.7 kilowatts models. And then for the more spacious places, we can choose whether we need 3.5 or 5.3 kilowatt. But also, it's very important to get in touch with your installer so it can fit the perfect match for you.
So it's more of an individual aspect, and each room will need something a bit different depending on how many people live there, or the windows, or the position of the room.
That's
all
right.
that.
And also, we cannot forget that if someone wants, we can have the multi-split, which is one outdoor unit, and we have a couple indoor units, so it's convenient for your elevation and the look of the building.
So Luve, we can choose whether we want split or multi, as you said. So multi, if we want, or you would like 3 Luve units in your home, you don't need to have 3 outdoor units outside. You can just put them all together in and plug them in. So it's very nice, as you said, if you don't want to waste your space outside, that's convenient. Okay, now we have the energy classes for the units. They are very high for Luve. What are the classes? If you could tell a bit more about that, and why does it matter? Why do we need to know these numbers?
So it has the SEER at the level of 8.5, which gives us triple plus A rating for cooling, and also a COP equals to 4.7, which gives us double plus A rating for heating.
Okay, so these are high numbers, as you are saying, but how does it affect my savings and my life, basically?
Basically, we can say that the parameters mean how much more cooling or heating it gives, that it consumes electricity.
Okay, so these parameters are high, and you also said that this AC has cooling mode and heating mode. Heating with an AC, it's not a regular thing, I guess, for most people. And can you elaborate on that a little bit and explain how these units can actually warm up your space?
Actually, this unit is made for heating. It's dedicated to provide the heat in your indoors in favor of the 4-season operational kit and electric electronic expansion valve.
Okay, so what does it mean? Because this kit seems very important, but what does it actually consist of that helps the unit work in winter?
It means that the AC has a drip tray heater and the compressor crack case heater. And don't forget about electronic expansion valve, which helps to modulate the AC more properly and reach the required temperature as soon as possible.
Okay, so these are the elements that must be in a unit of AC that is dedicated for heating. And can you also tell us what temperatures are we realistically talking about? Is it -5 or -30?
Luve actually can work even when the temperature outside drops down to -25 Celsius degrees. And what's more, it has a smart 8 Celsius degrees function.
Okay, so you will have to explain to me also what this function is and why is it important.
So this function actually protects your indoors. You set the smart 8 Celsius degrees and the unit won't let the temperature inside drops below the 8 Celsius degrees, what protects your pipes, furniture, and make your indoors more comfortable.
Okay, so maybe now we can move on to all of the controls that are compatible with Luve and that helps us to basically set it up the way we want and need. And we have many options to choose from. Which ones would you like to start with?
So maybe we can start with the remote controller, as this is the device that comes within the AC. And it's very easy to use. You just set the temperature or the mode that you want to have within your indoors. What more, it has a smart follow function. So smart follow function is all about the temperature sensor, which is built in within your remote, and the AC will try to get the temperature of the position where the remote is.
What about the other options? Because we have the remote that's already included with the AC, but we also have the app and we also have an additional wall controller. And what about them?
Apart from the remote control, you can control your indoors climate via app on your phone, which is the app. And also you can buy additional wall controller, which is our new Navi X.
Can you tell us a bit more what we can set up on the wall controller or the app?
So when it comes to the Navi X, you can set up the weekly schedules, which is convenient, so the AC will turn on or turn off wherever you put the time and the day.
Okay, so we can adapt it to our everyday lives, or we can set it to different modes when there's weekend and we are at home longer, or so we can all adapt it through the controller.
That's correct. So apart from the control ways that you already mentioned, we have the BMS protocols taken out from the AC, and it can connect multiple units, so we can create the climate as we wish with multiple places.
Okay, but for which situations would it be actually useful for?
So this control way, it's the best way for hotels, for example, as we have the hidden menu in the remote. The user cannot, for example, put up on heat when the owner don't want to, and also we cannot set the lower temperature that it's expected by the owner.
Okay, so it's not only for homes and apartments, but it can also be for more commercial uses, for bigger objects, as you said, hotels. So that's convenient.
Yes, and also it has a dry contact. So, for example, when the client of the hotel opened the windows, the AC will turn off its working parameters. And also, as any other Rotenso AC, this model includes the 4D automatical louver, which operate horizontally and vertically. Moreover, the both heat exchanger are golden plated, so it protects the unit for the longer lifespan.
Okay, so I think we've learned a lot, and we can say that Luve is all about efficiency, design, also additional special options and functions that I think it's very interesting for our consumers. Thank you, Ola, for saying all of that about Louver and explaining it to us and to our viewers. We can say it's all about efficiency, design, but also all the special functions that make it different than any other AC that we have.
Right on point. Luve is a special one in favor of its special design, deep black, aroma sense, efficiency. You get a perfect indoors.
Yeah, we don't have any other like this. So, and also, if any of you want to learn more about it, go and watch our other videos on our social media and go follow us there. And also, you can subscribe to our channel.
And also, don't forget to visit our website, rotenso.com.
Yeah, and we'll see you in another episode.